So, yes, this is my first children's book, Calling the Doves, El Canto de las Palomas. And there it is. And I'm so happy that this was published and illustrated by Ellie Simmons. And this is my mother right here, a real photograph, but painted, 1936, in her gypsy outfit with her guitar. And here's my dad. It's more of a drawing by Ellie Simmons, playing the harmonica, and out there in the fields, and the train going by. The train's a big symbol. It's something very real. My father jumped on a train at the age of 14 and came to the United States. You were born on the road, like your father. My mother would tell me this when we had to move on to another labor camp. My mother Lucha, my father Felipe, and me. I would gaze across the fields at the campesinos, the farm workers, as my father drove our old army truck through the back roads of California. In their bright colors, campesinos dotted the land like tropical birds. Naciste en el camino como tu papá. Mi mamá me decía esto cuando teníamos que mudarnos a otro campo de labor. Mi mamá Lucha, mi papá Felipe y yo. Divisaba a los campesinos trabajando en los files, mientras mi papá manejaba nuestra vieja troca del Army por los caminos olvidados de California. Con su ropa brillante los campesinos le daban color al campo como aves tropicales. Yes, that's exactly it. I was born on the road like my father. I think we were all born on the road. And that's true, yeah. Oh, that's right. My dear teacher, Mrs. Sampson. There's Mrs. Sampson. And there's me. Yes, she changed my life. So this is from the Upside Down Boy. Once I started going to school, I slow step into school. My burrito de papas, my potato burrito, in a brown bag. Empty playground, fences locked, one cloud up high. No one in the halls. Open a door with the blue number 27. ¿Dónde estoy? Where am I? My question in Spanish fades as a thick door slams behind me. Mrs. Sampson, the teacher, shows me my desk. Kids laugh when I poke my nose into my lunch bag. The hard round clock above my head clicks and aims its strange arrows at me. Camino lento a la escuela, mi burrito de papas en una bolsa de papel café. El patio de recreo está vacío, las cercas cerradas, una sola nube muy arriba, nadie en los pasillos. Abro una puerta con el número azul 27. ¿Dónde estoy? Mi pregunta en español se deshace cuando oigo la gruesa puerta cerrarse detrás de mí. La señora Sampson, la maestra, me lleva a mi mesabanco. Los niños se ríen cuando meto la nariz en la bolsa con mi almuerzo. El duro reloj redondo sobre mi cabeza marca el tiempo y apunta sus extrañas flechas hacia mí. That's how I felt, remember? Those early days, going to school, new school, you feel a little odd. I think I've always been sharing my story, but what inspired me to share my story through children's books is I wanted to talk about my family and my mother, my father, and that led me. I was the first book, Calling the Doves, and I wanted to talk about that year when I went to school, which began a whole different life for me. I was no longer in the fields. I was in the city, and I was in school. And Mrs. Sampson kind of turned turned on the light for me. And from there on, it was up to me, and with much more direction and tenderness on her behalf. So to this day, I'm very interested and concerned about telling that it is good for all of us to tell our stories. And our stories, what I mean is the stories of our families. And the stories of our families, what I mean there is their story of their struggles and how hard they worked. All our families, everyone's families, ancestors, what they had to do for us to be where we are now. And it's a sign of appreciation. It creates a historical pathway for us. We're not just suspended in the air, spinning around. We have a trajectory. There have been families before us and that worked very hard and came all the way, in this case, from Mexico all the way to the United States. But we all have traveled with our ancestors, and we're not aware of them, then it's almost like if we think it was all up to us, but it hasn't been all up to us. So I wanted to say, hey, this is my family, and there they are, they never got any credit. No one ever knew them. No one ever said their name. But since I have a pen, and I learned to spell, and I learned how to write a sentence, and I kind of can build a paragraph, and I kind of got a knack for telling stories because my mom kind of burned it into me, then I'm going to tell their story. And not only to tell their story and my story, but so that you can tell your story. See, this is the rhythm, and now you can dance to it too and add your rhythm and tell your story and your parents and your ancestors and the way you want to do it and how you found your voice. And the more we do this, then the more children and other people will do it.